Hi everyone, Anthony Morganti here. In today's video, I'm going to go over some of the new features found in Photoshop. Two of the features are in the current version of Photoshop. The other two, though, are currently only in the beta version of Photoshop, but Adobe tells me that they will be in the next Photoshop update. So check Photoshop for updates, and the next time it updates, you should see all four of these features. Now, the first new feature is actually in the current version of Photoshop. More specifically, it's in the current version of Camera Raw. You can see I have this image opened up into Camera Raw. If I go over to Effects, you'll notice at the bottom there's a new slider called Glow. And if I move it to the right, it will kind of bloom out and blur out the highlights. So it gives you this kind of ethereal look, or maybe an Olsen look if you're familiar with that. Now there is more control here. If you go to this little triangle and click on it, you'll see that there's a drop down. We have three different styles: diffusion, bloom, or halation. Pick your style, say bloom, and then you have the range. Do you want it to affect only the brightest parts of the image, or do you want it to affect some of the midtones? You can move it to the right. Do you want it to spread out, like the glow or the blooming to spread out? You could do that with that spread slider. And do you want it to be relatively warm or maybe a bit cooler? You have control there as well. So again, this new feature is in the current version of Camera Raw. So if you don't have the beta version, you could still access this. Now, the next new feature is in Photoshop, and it's only as of now in the beta version of Photoshop, but it should be showing up into the current version of Photoshop with the next update. Now, before I start, I just want to mention very quickly, I'm in the photography workspace. If your Photoshop doesn't look like mine, you may have a difficult time following along. So to get to the photography workspace, go up to Window, Workspace, and then down to Photography. And then once you do that, your Photoshop should look pretty much like mine. Now, this new feature that I'm going to talk about is something that I thought Photoshop should have had from day one. But here it is, 2026, and it's finally coming to Photoshop. It's a light adjustment layer. When you click on it, you'll notice now we have sliders for exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, whites, and blacks. In the past, if we wanted to adjust any of these parameters, we had to go to Camera Raw to do it. No longer. We could do it right here. So I could come on in this image, open up the shadows, rein in the highlights, get a white point, get a black point, and so on. Now, because it's an adjustment layer, it has all the benefits of an adjustment layer. It has a mask. So let's say you only want to adjust the sky. You could mask it for the sky and then use these sliders to only adjust the sky. Because it's an adjustment layer, it has an opacity slider. So if you want to lower the opacity, you can do that as well. So it's something, again, that I thought Photoshop should have had like from day one, but here we are, 2026, and it's finally showing up in Photoshop. Now again, it's currently only in the beta version, but it should be in the current version any moment. Now, the next new feature is one that is currently only in beta, but again, it's going to show up in the current version any second. Specifically, it's called Prompt to Edit. Now you'll notice I have this image here, and up here in the contextual taskbar, you'll see there's a button, Prompt to Edit. If you don't see the contextual taskbar, go up to Window and then down to contextual taskbar. Make sure it has a check mark next to it. Now, what you could do is you could click on Prompt Edit and you could just tell it to do something. And I'm going to add rain. Oops, not that many. Add rain, if I could spell. There we go, add rain. Now you have the different models to choose from. You could use the Adobe Firefly model or one of the partner models. You can see these. I'm using the GPT Image 2 model, and then we'll click Generate. Now, some of these partner models, or all of them, I think it will use some of your Creative Cloud credits, so be aware of that. Now, I'll let it do its thing, and I want to mention something very quickly. I am, again, honored to be one of the instructors in the Photoshop Virtual Summit. The for those of you not familiar, this is going on. This is the 8th one, and it's free. It's an online event. It goes over 5 days, and all you need to do is get a free pass. I'll have a link to that in the description below this video. Lesson will show up on, say, day 1. You'll have 48 hours to watch it, so you don't have to be there at the launch. You have 2 days to watch that video, and then another one will show up, and another one, and another one, and again, you'll have 48 hours to watch those videos. Now, there's an optional VIP pass that you can purchase. If you purchase it, you could watch the videos anytime you want. So you could watch them forever if you want to. And also there's a lot of free add-ons. Like for me, for my classes, you'll get all the images that I use in my videos so you can work along at home. And a lot of the other instructors are including like actions and other types of files and things like that. So check it out. Again, I'll have a link to it in the description below this video. And if we go back here, you'll notice that it added rain to the image. And it did a great job. You can see it even has the raindrops in the water. It even made her hair look wet. There's before, and there's after. There's before, and there's after. Now, when it does this, like the adjustment layer, it puts a layer here. So if you want to, play around with any of the blend modes, you could do that. You could lower the opacity if it's maybe too intense and stuff like that. Or you can mask out part of it from a certain part of the image if you don't want the rain to be hitting a certain part of the image in this case. So again, this currently is only in beta, but from what I understand, it's going to be in the current version any day, any minute, pretty much. Now, the next thing is kind of an improvement, and it is in the current version of Photoshop. In the past, if you wanted to do something like open her eyes, it almost always looked very unrealistic. It just didn't look like it did a good job. Now, they've really refined it, and it does a fantastic job. So let's zoom in a little bit. I'll hit Command plus on my Mac a bit. And what we'll do is we'll just get the selection brush tool. You can see right here. And I have a brush. And all you need to do is kind of do a brush stroke over her eyes. Like this. Then when you do that, you'll have the generative fill button. Now, we always had this. And again, this is in the current version of Photoshop. They've just improved it. So if we go here and we use the Firefly Image 5 model, which is the a premium model, so it would use some credits, but we're going to write open eyes. That's all I got to write, and click generate. And it will again take some time to do it. And instead of giving you another commercial about the Photoshop Virtual Summit, I'll pause the recording and I'll come back when her eyes are open. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, she now has open eyes, and it looks very realistic. So there's before, and there's after. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried doing anything like this in the past. If you did, when you selected her eyes and said open eyes, it often would affect her nose and her mouth, or even her entire head would turn and look towards the camera and stuff like that. So it did a lot of things you didn't want it to do. But now, as you can see, it's greatly improved. It's pretty much perfect now. So that, again, is in the current version of Photoshop, so you could try that out right away. So that's it. Again, thank you, everyone who watches my videos. And remember the Photoshop Virtual Summit. I'll have a link to it in the description below this video. If you really want to learn Photoshop, this is a great opportunity because, as I mentioned, it's totally free. You get to watch a video for 48 hours. After the 48-hour period, it does come offline. So you do have 2 days to watch every single video. All the videos don't go up at once. So on day 1, a few of the videos go up. Day 2, a few more, and so on until the 5th day when the last few videos go up. And you'll still have 48 hours to watch them. The VIP pass, if you buy it before the summit starts, is I think like $60 less. It's normally $159, so it would be $99 if you purchase it right now. So that's it. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.